A free open source file killed Claude's BuzzFeed voice on GitHub last Friday. 3.5 kilobytes. MIT license. Free. Most operators using Claude Code have not seen it yet. I asked Claude Opus 5 for a 130-word cold email yesterday. No style instructions, default prompt. It came back with 14 classic AI tics in 130 words, not just filler. Here's the thing, actually that is filler. And a guy named Adnan shipped the fix in a folder that installs in 3 commands. The tool is called NoBuzz, nicknamed Claudette. It ships as a Claude Code skill, a folder that lives in the skills directory and answers when I type /debuzz. Install is 3 shell commands and a one-time Gemini authentication. Done. Every response Claude gives me can now be translated into plain human English on demand. And here is where it stops sounding like a listicle intro and starts sounding like something Adnan did on purpose. Claudette does not ask Claude to fix its own voice. It hands the response to Gemini. A completely different model. Prints Gemini's rewrite verbatim. No polish pass by Claude on top, because if Claude polishes it, the BuzzFeed voice comes right back. One design choice does the whole trick. Adnan puts it like so. A debuzzer that quietly asks the buzzer to debuzz itself is how you end up with a load-bearing translation, which is the funniest technical joke I have read all month, and also the reason every anti-AI voice prompt pack sold for $47 does not work. No amount of prompting fixes a model's own house style. The style is baked in. Route the text through a different model without the same incentives. Claudette becomes architectural, not another prompt on the pile. 2 things quickly. The channel covers every Claude Code release, every new skill, every free tool that undercuts a paid one, the day it ships, so subscribe, and the next drop finds you before it hits your competitor's invoice. The copy-paste install commands for Claudette are already in the pinned comment, and if the setup breaks, I answer inside the Church of SEO Jesus, my free school community, link below. Now the demo. 20 minutes before I hit record on this, I cloned the repo. 4 files total. SKILL.md is the actual instructions Claudette runs on, 4.8 kilobytes. The entire product in 1 file. Then I asked Claude Opus 5 for a 130-word cold email announcing a fictional AI copywriting tool called Draftly. Default Claude, no style instructions. What came back opens with, quote, "The blank page is costing you customers. Fine." Then, quote, "You did not start a business to write product descriptions at 11 p.m. Sounds like something an intern read in a Medium post and copied verbatim. Then, quote, "Not generic filler either. Draftly learns your voice. 14 classic AI voice tics in 1 paragraph." Ran the exact same text through /debuzz on colleague mode. What came out sounded like a founder emailing another founder. Same product, same offer, same call to action. 0 theatrics. 0, here is the thing, voice swapped, content intact. 3 modes ship with it. Colleague is the default, same content, every file path and code block kept in place, written like an engineer talking to another engineer. Manager mode cuts the length by about 2/3, no code, aimed at whoever needs the outcome and not the implementation. Director mode is the one I have been abusing on Slack updates, 3 to 5 sentences, outcome, impact, ask, written for the person who has 30 seconds and a question. I fed Claude a 500-word product brief last week and ran director mode on the reply. Got back 3 sentences that were shippable as a Slack update to my head of ops. The same brief straight from Claude would have been 14 bullet points and a preamble about the exciting opportunity. Now the operator layer here matters. No prompt engineering required, no prompt to write. Install the skill once. When Claude replies with something that sounds like a listicle, type /debuzz and press enter, the loop in 1 line. A $20 a month subscription that promises AI copy that sounds human is now competing with a free file that does the same job by routing text through a different model. Free, open source, MIT license. And the whole skill is under 4 kilobytes of instructions, which I have read twice, top to bottom, and it is exactly what it says it is. What Claudette does not do. It only works inside Claude Code. Claude in a browser at claude.com is not covered, yet. Gemini's own voice has its own tells. It loves the phrase in essence, it loves ultimately, so the swap is not a voice for silence. The swap is a voice known to be bad for a voice actually editable by a human, and if Gemini's auth expires, the skill prints the real error instead of quietly generating garbage, which is the correct behavior. Almost every fallback in production I have shipped has been worse than a crash, because a fallback that hides the failure ships a broken artifact and the crash tells the truth. Adnan got this right. Open the NoBuzz repo yourself right now at github.com/adnannikhil/nobuzz. Look at the 3 install commands at the top of the README. Look at the size of the skill file, under 4 kilobytes. The entire fix sitting in public, MIT licensed, no waitlist, no upsell, no course to unlock. That is the proof, not me telling you. The real story here is not one skill. The anti-AI voice prompt pack industry just died on a Friday afternoon. Somebody figured out no amount of prompting fixes a model's own voice, shipped the actual architectural fix as free open source over a weekend, and put it on GitHub with an MIT license and a joke about a TED talk in the README. 27 stars at the time I hit record. Probably 1,000 by the time this video is a week old. The paid competitors selling $47 anti-AI prompt packs will pivot to selling something else within a month. AI power moving from big companies to the little guy is not always a headline about a foundation model release. Sometimes it is a 3.5 kilobyte skill file dropped by one guy on a weekend for free, and by the time the incumbents notice, half their revenue is already gone. Which brings me to the question already showing up in the comments. Which other Claude Code skills are worth installing this weekend, and which ones are just prompt packs with a / command taped on the front? I ranked 11 of them before Claudette existed, and Claudette moved the rankings hard. Video is next on the channel and it plays right after this one. One more thing before you click it, if you want the Claudette install commands, the full 11 skill ranking, and the operator prompt packs I use every day for client copy, drop into the Church of SEO Jesus, my free school community. Every skill I test, every install script, every before and after copy demo lives inside in a searchable library. Link in the description. See you inside.